We've been talking about this all day, the battle on Capitol Hill to respond to that proposed $25 billion bailout for the struggling big three automakers. Well, earlier we spoke to Republican Senator Richard Shelby, and now we want to get the perspective from the other side of the aisle. And for that, let's talk to Senator Robert Menendez, who is a Democrat from New Jersey, who sits on the Senate Banking Committee. Senator, thank you so much for joining us. Let me talk to you about what Senator Shelby said. He says that basically that the automakers need to slim down. They need to cut costs before looking for a handout. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think we heard at the hearing the other day of the big three that they have slimmed down quite a bit. They probably need to slim down more. The critical question that I asked them the other day was that how did you get to the $25 billion number, and how does that ensure us that, in fact, we get to a plateau where the industry will survive and be able to move forward? And I don't think they gave the most compelling answers to that.
You know, I'm sorry.
They still have the opportunity, however, because anything that we would have done in Congress, which is not going to happen today for sure, it would have ultimately just amended the existing law. So Treasury and the Federal Reserve both have the power to lend to the industry, but creating terms and conditions that actually would ensure the taxpayer and have a business plan that would get us to an industry that would survive and still create American cars.
Senator, because this is about taxpayer dollars, you know that there's a PR war going on here. You've got the big three taking out, or at least GM taking out that ad, explaining to people what they're doing to improve the industry from their vantage point. But I got to tell you, one of the articles out there is that GM says that they never considered bankruptcy. And I want to quickly read to you what one blogger says. A writer said, yeah, why go bankrupt when you can get Congress to bail you out, while you continue to deny or delay good vehicles to the American public and score your fat bonus for it? And you well know that yesterday all three arrived in private or chartered jets to the hearing yesterday. It makes it hard for people at home to really want to bail out the big three.
Well, of course, and that's one of the things that they have to get through them. By the way, it's interesting, the financial industry, when they came before the Congress, didn't get the same scourge that the auto industry got yesterday. They probably should have. But the bottom line is they need to have a better business model. They need to stop fighting the Congress on emissions. And finally, however, let's not lose sight that there are anywhere between 2 to 3 million jobs directly and indirectly related to this, and that's a real consequence.
Let me ask you real quick, when is enough enough? I mean, when do you stop if this $25 billion does not work? Does it continue?
Well, that's the point. If in fact the $25 billion cannot be proven to take them to a time and place where the economy is reviving, where they've created the business plan necessary to succeed, then it would make no sense. But that's why the Federal Reserve and the Treasury have the ability to sit down with the industry and fashion such a plan.
All right. Thank you very much, Senator Menendez. We certainly appreciate talking to you. Let me